Uh, really no trades for me. I just didn't feel well with the migraine. Usually when I get these migraines once in a while, I just can't function. So I know that my trading will suffer. Therefore, I do not trade. So those are some of the things that you learn about yourself, and just knowing the way I operate also helps, right? So if you have scenarios like that, or where you're not focused, right? Some of you might have jobs, right? If you do and you're not 100% at it and you don't have the tools at your disposal, sometimes might be the best not to trade and just look at the market from the sidelines. So today was actually, it was a little choppy at first. I woke up around 11 something after I woke up in the morning, went to sleep, woke up at 11ish, and I'm like, man, they gave you guys they gave you guys the runabouts today. Like, they went up, they went to that level that we were talking about, 74. They dropped back down again, 74, dropped back down, and then probably a lot of shorts happen here. So if you guys look at these 5-minute candles, I just want to make sure you guys are following, right? So this is where the shorts took that, right? And they drove it back down. The auction stopped. They went back up, right? The shorts got in. They worked again, right? And then you see, the shorts actually tried to hit the lower highs, right? They came in here, they tried to stop the auction. And then once they cracked this, what do you guys think happened to those shorts right here at this level?
It got killed.
Right.
Well, when you close a short, what type of order do you execute here?
Buy.
Buy.
Yeah, it's a market buy, right?
Push the buying up real hard.
Yeah, so you hit the market buy and then you get this pump, right? And then it's pretty clear what they had today. If you guys look at this profile, well, it's not a clear P profile. I would say this is a clear double distribution, right? You do have access on the bottom. So if you guys look here, you do have some access on the bottom. So daily access is here. Let's see, access low. So that's something to kind of monitor, which is in the cluster of the big levels. If you guys remember, we said they don't want to lose that 40. My second chart that I had here, I just want to bring it up for a second. I had these levels marked kind of with the verbiage of bullish to bearish, right? Single prints from the imbalance, right? From the tariff on the sell-off. So we want to stay above that, right? If you're a bull, you really want to stay above that, and they're kind of trading right at it right now. So if we lose this tomorrow again, that's dangerous. Most likely you're going to 27 to 19. That's exactly what they did today. You lose this, you're probably at a 54.94 all the way to that PVPOC, right? Previous week POC. And if they mess that up, this is where we got that bounce last time, right? So if you guys look, uh, the levels are working, right? You just have to trust them to actually play it, right? You're the one that has to click. So what happened today, I would say, is pretty clear, right? They built value. Let me just kind of split these so you guys can see it. So they built value here and they left the axis right on the bottom. Typically, when you do this and when you get out of this, I would say, gap below where you're rejecting the prices higher, this was a pretty clear sign that they want to run. Wrote that they're trying to fill the gap. And what I meant by the gap, right? Some of you guys asked, it's this gap right here, which is 56.1075. Tomorrow, somebody had earnings, SMCI, some companies, some of them had guidance or bad guidance, but it looks like market trailed back. As long as they hold that 56 level right here, that's pretty bullish for them, right? If they can reclaim the 60 with the POC, I mean, and the value area low on the SVP here, let's make sure it doesn't shift on 30 minutes. That's actually a critical zone here. You guys see it? You guys see the level that I'm talking about? Like a super critical level. If they
Your
lose,
mic is cutting in and out, I think.
sorry. For some reason, I have to restart the Discord. Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So if you guys look, you have the value area low on SVP. You also have the TPOC, POC, and then you have pretty much, I would say where you opened the day before, and then you have the value area high. So if you are able to lose the 56, and when you zoom out on a bigger level, right? So if you go a little bit like 4 hours and turn on the weekly TPO, Okay, here it comes. So you guys will know where this TPO is coming from, right? The 5665. It's kind of coming from this area right here. This is the single prints that we had, and I think it's an RTA chip. So this is what they're trying to get above, and you can see here clearly that they're failing to do that, right? They tried a few times, right? They got rejected here. They tried again. They failed, and now they're above it, right? So as long as they can hold this level, guys, this is bullish, and most likely they're gonna do this. And if you guys remember, I would not be surprised if they go above this gap, and from here might be option to look for some SPY puts, for July, June, whatever your preference is on the timing. So I definitely would watch, for that. Okay. If they lose this level, I would expect eventually that we play out what we had here to go to previous week value area low. Is there levels that we can bounce again? Of course, right? You have the previous week POC, so ultimately that will be the first target, right? Lose 55. Most likely you're going to that 94 level where we bounced from last time. Would be here. You would have this PD, not this value area low, but I don't think much bounce is going to be present here at this point. This is the March low, and that's the only one that carries weight from other time frame participants, because if they lose the March low, then you're rejecting that whole auction in March, most likely cut it down. So for me, you lose this 55 this time, I think it comes with force. Most likely we hit that 94, hit the 65, lose the 65, you're ultimately probably headed much lower, right? I would think you're probably going to go hit the daily VPOCs here that are stacked, and then ultimately there's not much structure here. We're looking for 5311. So that's what I would base it off. For me, it would be critical that they either lose or reclaim this level, right? Is there anything on the daily that you guys could utilize for kind of figuring out if they're accepted or rejected tomorrow? Hide some stuff so you guys can.
The double distribution, which area that they're trading in, for the upper or lower?
Yeah. So I mean, if you guys think about it, if you go on like 5 minutes right here, so for a lot of traders on patterns, this looks like a bull flag, but this is really just a nice separation of value, right? This is your single prints daily profile separating value. So if they lose this, most likely they're going to hit 56. I would say there's probably 100% chance they're going to do that.
Yeah, we're there.
Okay, so this is very high probability. You have the weekly VWAP sitting at 553, and I think the monthly is somewhere monthly is all the way where we want it to go. So I don't think this is, believe it or not, out of picture. If there's any bad news or any bad earnings, this level here is highly doable. And I'm not, speculating that we're going to get there. If we lose this level, this becomes a high probability trade. And honestly, for something like of this size, right? When you guys think about this, you don't really need a lot of size on this. You're talking about 240 points, guys. Of course, is there levels that they're going to bounce and you're going to shake because you have some points and you might be like, oh, I want to close it, sure. But I think size down and play this probably works out great. So I'm not saying that happens. If they bounce here and they reclaim this distribution, we want to go long. So somebody said they're already there. Oh, yeah, they're already there. And guess where they're bouncing? Right off the zone. So tomorrow, if we open below this zone, what is that telling you?
Rejection of the upper
Yeah,
distribution.
there's a very high chance you're going to go at least seek, that you're going to be looking for. What is this? That you're going to be looking for lower prices, right? So let's see here. The right levels. Yeah, so this is a huge level. At the same time, right, this is our SVP value area low right here at 57 or something like that, maybe a little bit lower, 57.25. If we lose that, then you're rejecting this upper distribution altogether. Most likely, I would search. Well, everything's pointing. At least you're going to hit the Not the PD value area low, but this level here. This is no longer PD value area low. Say there's a very high chance you're going to be headed somewhere around 16, 17 level, which is the 50% retracement. Lose this, go 40, lose that, 16 to 09. And then ultimately you're looking probably 94 again, right? The question will be, do we find buyers there or not? And if you guys look at the volume, what do you guys think? Is it looking good?
It's tapering off, isn't it?
No, it's decreasing.
100% tapering off. I can go on another chart. Where's the cleaner here? If you guys look at this, you know, there's not a lot of volume on this push up, and there's a lot of gaps. So I don't see a whole lot of, I would say, aggressive buyers coming in right here. And if you guys look here compared to this volume and look at this, we barely, you know, the highest volume was pretty much here, and from that level we kind of took a little sell off and then continue. We're just trying to grind higher, right? And another thing you guys can do here, what do you guys think if I do this? Can I do that? So what would this tell me here?
You're above value for the bracket.
So you're above the value of the full bracket, and this is not a level where you want to be initiative buyer, right? In these levels that we are hitting right now, this is where other time frame participants find advantageous what, buying or selling?
Selling.
Yeah.
Selling is more probable here than it is to buy, right? The natural behavior is that you sell something above the value of a bracket. So if this was our bracket right here, right? If I go here and I say this is our bracket from, I would say almost 3 weeks, right? If this is our bracket, and let's say you're trading slightly above it, and I would say, you know, looking at volume, you know, remember as you're auctioning higher, you want the volume also to be on a breakout. You want the value areas as you're progressing higher to be stacking, not necessarily, I would say, overlapping, right? So let me make sure.
There's a ton of news tomorrow as well.
Say that again.
There's a ton of news tomorrow.
Yeah, I think tomorrow is the PCE tomorrow.
GDP, PMI, that fake PCE, the real PCE is Thursday.
Oh,
And some earnings.
fake PCE. Somehow I deleted it. Oh, Meta's tomorrow. I typically would short marketing companies in a recession. Does everybody understand why is that? Does anyone work in a
It's the
corporate job?
first thing that they cut back on usually.
The first thing in the budget line that gets cut probably 80% of the time. And for you who are in marketing, close your ears. But yeah, that's usually the plan. You first fire any, we call them OSS labor consulting. You fire those people. Once you get rid of the contractors, then you're looking at internal. So what are you guys seeing about the value here? Is this a healthy trend? Is it an aging trend? What do you guys see? Gap, gap, overlap, overlap, more overlap, double distribution overlap, another double distribution overlap. What is it?
It doesn't seem confident.
Yeah, I mean, the trend is really slowing down, triggered by the short cover rally here, right? This was a liquidation. Then you have the short cover rally. Then you had a little bit sell off, another short cover rally. You're balancing and you're struggling to find basically the weak sellers here, right? There's just a lot of absorption happening, right? So, and if they can defend this level, guys, I would say there's 50 to 55 would be my really, really key level to watch out for. There's a high chance we're going to be trading lower. And with a lot of news tomorrow, and I'm assuming they're all pre-market. Is that right, Tom? Majority of it?
Yeah, most is pre-market. Some's at 10 a.m. as well.
And Apple looks, man, Apple looks very juicy for some, yeah, for some short. If they can't crack this 212 tomorrow, this is setting up for a really, really nice short, guys. And Apple was, if you guys remember, this was our level. We were targeting to potentially buy some. Gave you a really, really nice run from that level. Tesla. Tesla is the only one that's looking like he wants to run, but today's profile is what? A little concerning, right? So if they fail,
Lowercase b.
if they fail 286 tomorrow, this can plummet to about 255 very quickly. So it'll be from here to here. Because remember, this is in a larger bracket. I'm talking about massive 7 days, or maybe even 3 days would be better. So take a look at the 3 days, and I'm talking about, this is, what is this timeline? July 2020 to now. This is not a spot to initiate longs on Tesla. Is there a chance that they can do some buying? Yeah, but look at this level right here. You're talking about like what? We're 2025, almost 5 years. First SIG is here, and yeah, there's definitely a lot of price action, a lot of volume here. But I don't know if I would be the one trying to go long here necessarily. Yeah, there's a lot of buying in this area. And if you guys look here, they're in a bracket inside a bracket. And while a lot of people might be excited here, do you really want to buy Tesla shares here? The answer is no, you do not want to be a buyer of Tesla shares here. They're consolidating, they peaked above. Yeah, can they run here? Sure. But what you want to do is let them run, let them come back, and that's the patience part where you're going to go long. Not necessarily do you want to go long here on a breakout. Typically, they don't work out. Any other big boys? The bearish candle in the video. Yeah, I mean, I think we all know NVIDIA loses 90. There's a quick fall in NVIDIA here. Again, I don't know if I would initiate any longs here on NVIDIA. If I was to play this, I would probably be more short at this level than long. This can quickly fill that gap that they left behind, 101 to 99. Probably fairly easy too. AMD did a pretty good bounce off that zone. I just don't think it's going to go further here. I think SMCI had earnings. Did it fall down or? Oh, took a little hit. Oh, low, took a decent hit. Oh, they dropped it 23% after hours. Pretty sure chips are going to be brought down as well. So. Does anyone remember when we shorted Meta here? Like, I think it was 713. We said it was a bearish level or something like that here. Losing it. Do you guys recall that when we were short? Pretty good drop here. $240 drop. I think they can, they can definitely push to this level here, and then for magnet is probably at 500. I just don't see a lot of buying. I mean, this giant candle had a lot of buying, so revisit to this POC is highly likely at 500. I wouldn't be shocked if we trade up to that level. Yeah, so for SPY, I don't know if you saw my message today. I said, all I did is I took the, the high to the lows, and I'm looking for where the accumulation happened on the sell-off. But you guys can see that this is literally where the accumulation happened, right? They went here and they accumulated a lot, and that's where they initiated a lot of selling. So now when they come back in, right, if they tap this level, I plan on getting some more SPY puts here.
Shorty, why
Probably.
are you on an 8-hour candle for that? Just so that I know. I don't know how you do that. Why?
No difference. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, zero difference. 8 hours, I can still see the gaps like clearly when I'm on RTH or ETH, whatever. I can still see the gaps.
Okay.
I would definitely watch this level on SPY tomorrow. It's a big level. You can play 2 weeks out. 10, 15 points is probably doable. Because if you draw the same from these lows to this high, you lose this level, 550. There's probably a chance that you're going to be coming back here to this zone here quickly to see, how valid are these buyers. So I would look for this. Lose this. There's 530, 520. That happened fast. Probably be a quick one. Like that, straight elevator down. Okay. All right, guys. Well, tomorrow morning I have to take my wife's car actually to a top. Her sunroof stopped in the middle. It got stuck, so she can't close it. We have rain forecast Thursday and Friday, so I have to take it to dealership at 9 o'clock to see if they can fix it before then.
That sucks.
Yeah, I don't know what
The-
will happen, but yeah, that's another thing I have to deal with. But I will be, if I drop off the car, I'll come back and then I'll hop on live and we can trade away. Pretty sure the bill at Toyota dealership is not going to be cheap. Figure it out.
Thanks,
All right.
Shorty.
Thank you guys. Have a good night. See you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Bye.
Night, guys.
Thank you. Good night.
No.